Hi CPAR members, MLS Director Richard Gibbons here. Just want to take a moment to walk you through the new member portal and show you some of the new features we have here, as well as how to make a payment, set yourself up on auto pay, and register for classes. So this is the member portal. You still get to it the same way by clicking on Pay Dues and Fees in Flex MLS. Clicking on Education Calendar will also bring you to the same place. And over here on the right side, you have your balances. You have your MLS fees and your Super Lockbox. And this is your total for the entire year is what you have over here. You can also click here to pay invoices, but right now we're just going to click on Pay Now. And that'll bring you to the screen that shows your unpaid invoices. Now, with this new system, invoices are going to work a little differently than they did before. Before, you had all your options lined up where you had 20 invoices on there where you had to check and uncheck which ones you didn't want to pay. Now you have two options. You can either pay it in full, which is going to be the whole year, or you can do what's called a payment plan, which will break it up in either the quarterly options for MLS or the monthly options for Supra. So what you do is over here on the right side, you have this little checkbox that says Pay Now. You can also utilize this check all or uncheck all options right here at the top of the page as well. Dues will also be in a different category. So will IDX or admin fees. So you may have more categories if you have additional services through CPAR. But otherwise, once you've selected what you're going to pay, you click on Choose Payment Options. And then that brings you up to the screen that has the payment plan to show you what I'm talking about. So right here it says None, Pay in Full, or you have the option of 59 times 3. And then for Supra, you have None, Pay in Full, or you have the option of 15 times 11. Now, if you paid ahead a little bit, if you paid 2 or 3 months ahead, these numbers may be a little different, and that's okay. When we do these cutoffs, it's going to be based not on a date or which number of the plan you're on, but on what your balance is at a certain point in time. So even if this number is different, it only takes out $14 today or something like that, that's fine. There won't be a whole bunch of you like that, but if you are, give us a call. We'll be happy to explain the math to you and explain to you how it's going to work from this point on. But the majority of you should just have the 177 for your MLS and the 165 for your Supra. Once you've got that figured out, you just click on Credit Card. And this will bring you to a page where it asks you for your credit card information. Now, this only happens once because after this, it's going to store this card on file for you. Now, if you remember with the old system, when you had a card on file, it would only work for dues or MLS or Supra, and that was really about it. Everything else, you either had to manually pay or you had to give us your card number again, etc. One of the great things of this new system is once you have a card on file, you can use it for anything. You can do it through the member portal, or we as staff can do it for you if you call in. You can use that card for education, for events, for items from the store, for your dues, or anything else really. It's all in one place now, so it's a lot easier for us to use it across different types of payments. So what you do is you just come through here and you just fill out your credit card type. So you do, Visa, put in your credit card number, put in your security code, and your expiration date. And you'll see that as you're filling this out, it does this little cool card over here for you that shows the card number and the expiration date and your name on there with the Visa. And then if you click on it, it'll flip over and have a security code, just to kind of give you a visual reference to help you double check and make sure your numbers look correct. Otherwise, scroll down to the bottom of the page here. If you're wanting to just make the payment, you just you change this to keep on file no, and then hit submit, and then it'll take you to the payment page. If you want to keep the card on file, you can click yes and hit submit, and it'll take you to the payment page and store the card on file, but will not sign you up for auto pay. Auto pay now, you can go in, you can actually choose which items you do or do not want on auto pay. So you can do your admin, IDX, Supra, or MLS on auto pay if you choose. Dues will also be an option for auto pay this year. It's not set up right now simply because we haven't got to the next annual dues cycle yet. But once we get to that point, that will be an option on here for you to set up auto pay for your dues as well. Or if you don't want that, $600+ charge coming off of your card, you can leave that one unchecked, and we'll just take MLS and Supra on auto pay. So it's not an all or nothing thing anymore. You can choose what you want. Otherwise, hit submit, and it'll bring you to the final payment verification page. So this is where you have your card on file. Now, if you already have one on file, it just takes you straight here. You wouldn't see the last page at all. You'd come straight here, choose your card on file, and go in and click on Authorize Payment, and you're done. If you need to change these cards on file, you can click on Manage Credit Cards over here, which I'm going to go ahead and go to, but I just want to say that this is the last page. Once you click on Authorize this payment, you receive your receipt, and you're done. But obviously that was a bogus card, so we're going to go over here to Manage Credit Cards. And this is where you have this card on file. You would just click Submit, and then it would have in here where you can go in and change your expiration date if you want to, change your auto payment, or there's the option for delete this card. So everything there is a lot more streamlined now. It's a lot easier to see. Everything's up front and up top for you, and easy to grab what you need. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is education. So right here, remember on the old system, you used to have to go to the education calendar and go to the month and all these extra steps. Now it's just right there in front for you. And they do a couple of different things here. If it's yellow, it's an upcoming class and event, so it's one you have not signed up for. But if you have signed up for one, it'll show up in green and remind you of the date coming up. It says My Registered Events and Classes. So that's where you can come through here, and then if we add events on this calendar as well, it'll be in blue. But otherwise, what you can do is if you want to register for a class, like let's say we want to sign up for this ICE virtual class on taxes right here. You click on Register over on the right side, and you have two different options here. If you click on Add to My Calendar, you can choose your type of calendar. Do you use Apple Calendar, Google Calendar, Android Calendar, so on and so forth. And it'll actually add this event to your calendar for you, which is a really nice benefit that we didn't have before. Then you also have this Register Details button. If you click on that, that's where you come in, you get your description about the class, you get the location and the instructor, how many spaces are available, so on and so forth. So if you want to sign up for this class, you click on Proceed to Registration. It'll have the class here, and then kind of fill in all your stuff down here for you. And then you just go to Add to Cart. And then finally, it tells you here that you're not registered until this step has been completed, and this is where you hit Register Now. Now, if the class does cost something, like if it's a designation or something along those lines that we charge for, it would take you to a page here where you can choose your card on file and hit Pay. But otherwise, this is a free class, so we're just going to hit Register Now. And then you'll see, or here's the receipt for you. It shows you that. It also automatically emails you, so you don't have to do anything else with this if you don't want to. But otherwise, I'm going to click on Main up here at the top to bring you back to the main page. And then now we have that second class in there. So there are a lot of other things in here for you. You have like a committee calendar, contribution history, and some other things. And I am going to be doing classes on those, so keep an eye open for them. But that's the basics. That's what you really need to know to go in and put your card on file, sign up for autopay, and then how to register for your classes and events. So we are extremely excited about this new system as we continue to modernize the association. It makes it more efficient for us, so we're able to serve you better, which is always our goal. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or complaints or praises or anything along those lines, give us a call here at the association. We'll be happy to help. 850-763-8078. Thank you and have a wonderful day.